Okay. Welcome to our last day of Diddy Kong Racing Time Trial matches. Today we're starting with MorKs versus Tarzan. This is the consolation final between MorKs and Tarzan in the lower bracket, so they're playing for 3rd or 4th place, depending on who wins. This is the first of 3 matches today, so excited to get things started. So we are starting off with Ancient Lake Car right off the bat. This pick is from Tarzan. MorKs chose to ban, and he banned Snowball Valley, which I did not actually expect, so I'm curious if he has a reason for that. So yep, Joe Ball Valley will not be played today. A little sad, especially for those named Joe. But we're gonna get set up in Ancient Lake Car. Oh, here we go. A raid from TarzanTheGreat. Party of 36. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Today is the day. Oh, there's Obayo. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm last minute eating a snack, so...
It's okay. Okay. Everything is getting started here. Welcome all the Trident viewers. Today is an exciting day. I actually just got done going through the matches today. This is the first of 3 matches today. This is the consolation final for the lower bracket. MorKs versus Tarzan. They're playing for 3rd place. Starting off with Ancient Lake Car and MorKs banned Snowball Valley. Not too sure about that yet, Joey. There might be some kind of recap that we do afterwards, but it hasn't been nothing's been planned yet, so. But it could be in the works. We'll have to see.
So, I think it's pretty interesting that they start off with Ancient Lake Car. I feel like it's a track where everybody
Yeah.
so I'm not sure. It's not something I would pick, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see if it's a good pick or not here.
I think MorKs has put a decent amount of time into Ancient Lake Plain, so this might be a good pick to cut that off from MorKs, seeing as Tarzan picked this one. But I'm not sure. It could also just be something that he's more comfortable with. I know he's been playing this a lot lately, so he might just have a really good feeling about it.
So just for Mr. Streamer, apparently I'm quite a little bit, so I don't think I can do something about it.
Let's blast the volume on you. That should be better.
But yeah, I think I don't know. As much as this is like a very simple track, I feel like it's a bit of a random pick. Like this can go either way so easily. So this is why I don't really like it. That even if it's like a counter pick, I feel like this is like a massive 50-50, and it's not something I would pick as a first track for sure.
So that will be Tarzan with a 44-21. He's going to be the time to beat. I definitely agree with you. I don't know. It's... Oh, MorKs missing the starting boost. That is really going to be a hindrance on his time here. I don't know. I think it depends. If you're really consistent here, it can be a great pick. Like when I played Giz that was very much so the case. I thought this was a really good pick for him because he knew he had better mechanics than me here. Um, so it turned out it ended up working out really well for Giz, um, since he just kind of outclassed me. But
Yeah, it can definitely work out if you like really good at it. But I feel like for the most part, like when you're around the 42, 43 range in your PBs, it's just more like whoever gets the best round there, like you don't really have an advantage. But like of course if you have like a low 41 or like a 40 PB, then you, you know I would not feel bad if you know choose it.
yeah, 43-13. That is a very good time. That's really going to put the pressure on MorKs going into his third attempt. I don't think this is a place that MorKs has spent a lot of time either, so this could be a very secure point for Tarzan. Yeah, actually very close to PB. Oh, it looks like MorKs missed that zipper. Alright, yeah. This is definitely going to be point number 1 going to Tarzan. Looking at the first 2 laps for MorKs on his third attempt here. 46 flat. 46.06. So for sure, that gives the point to Tarzan, and that's going to pass the pick over to MorKs.
So ended up being a pretty good pick then.
Yeah, Tarzan handily won this one by about 3 seconds on average, so this was definitely a strength pick.
Yeah, I guess I thought maybe the Mork's PB wasn't up to date or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is like a pretty simple track, and he does RTA categories, which you do car here a lot. So
Right.
usually if you do RTA, you tend to have like at least a 43 here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh well, this is gonna be closer than it was, but I guess it was a good pick for Tarzan.
Okay, we are doing some more car next. Looks like it's going to be Haunted Woods car. Which I like this track in time trials. It's super tight, really difficult to get a really good time. So highly competitive, but also really inconsistent. Like I think pretty much every single match that we've seen so far that has picked Haunted Woods car has had huge bonks, and it is kind of the source of a lot of upsets. So I don't know. It'll be
Yeah,
interesting to see how this goes.
it might be the track that has had the more upsets. To be honest, like
Mm-hmm.
there's been so many upsets on it of people picking it and then losing it, despite having played better PBs, just because of how like crazy inconsistent the geometry on this track is. So
Definitely.
yeah,
All
it seems
right.
like it's gonna be a car matchup to start this one. No plane or hover so far, which is kind of surprising. IMO, but especially Morks, it's really good in hover and in plane too.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be that MorKs wants to kind of take control of the car picks and try to secure those points for himself. But I know Tarzan has spent a lot of time in plane on plenty of other tracks. Um, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what MorKs' strategy is here. I know if I were him, I would want to pick car tracks that I was more comfortable on, just so that I have a chance. But it's weird too. Like car and time trials is probably the most difficult vehicle to get super good times in, um, compared to like plane can be just a lot of barrel rolling on some tracks and knowing how to get the right angle. All right, we're seeing quite a gap on attempt number 1 here. 46.48 versus 51.86.
46 is actually pretty decent for other words in such a format. Like it's pretty hard to get good times. So this is gonna be
Yeah.
a big task for Tarzan here.
See if he can pull it off.
Woods.
1635 is actually a pretty good opener. Again, have to lower our standards a little bit in this tournament. That's a great turn. Yeah, 1455. Kind of hard to be mad about that one.
Yeah, of course, like if you compare the times here versus world record, like obviously every single match you're gonna be, you know, sad. but, but like that's the nature of this that you tries, right? So of course you're not gonna be world record level when those tracks are like super inconsistent. So like even if you're like 3-4 seconds out of world record, it's usually a pretty good run for this. So like with the 46 for instance, you can be very happy with that time actually.
Definitely. Oh, man. I think that's going to seal the deal for Tarzan. Oh, actually, this is still attempt number 2, so he's got one more after this.
Hey, he's not done over. But I think this might be at least faster than his first one.
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah, by a second, so no improvement. That's good to see.
MorKs is one of the best hover percent players. He is. He hasn't played a whole lot of time trials just yet, so I'm not exactly sure like where he sits on the leaderboard with a lot of his hover times. One of the major differences between hover percent and hover time trials is you don't get any of the blue balloons in time trials. Whereas in hover percent, blue balloons are kind of what make the category, using them to your advantage and going as fast as you can on every track. So it's kind of a toss-up. But MorKs will still have the mechanics to play hover in time trials. It's just that you need a kind of a different understanding of how to play the track, and it's been really interesting to see MorKs play in this tournament because he is so RTA centric. He's played a ton of any percent. A lot of hover, a lot of the vehicle percent categories with hover, plane, and car. Currently the plane percent world record holder. So, it's been weird. I think it's been an interesting transition for him, but I do think he likes time trials. So we'll have to see what other times he can put out.
And Tarzan's last attempt at 48-13, a great improvement, but it's not going to be enough to beat MorKs, unfortunately. So it's going to be 1-1. And now Tarzan gets to pick the next track.
Yeah, MorKs saying in Discord, Haunted Woods is full of cheese. And actually, I kind of is a cheesy pick. It's up there with like Space Dust Alley Car. You just kind of pick it and hope that it doesn't go as well for the other player as it did for you. Oh boy. Alright, we are killing Car with Fossil Canyon Car. I think this is actually a pretty good pick. It's a very difficult pick. Like, Fossil Canyon Car is also like super, super inconsistent compared to, I mean, we started with Ancient Lake and then we immediately went to the land of inconsistency with Haunted Woods and now Fossil Canyon.
Yeah, you basically have like the most consistent one and then two of the least consistent.
Yeah. I think Tarzan definitely has the advantage here because Ghostless is a huge factor on this track, and he's been using it. Because this zipper right here is super, super important, and it's very, very hard to get the insane boost that you need with the Ghost in the way. So I'm interested to see what he does. I know he's put some time into this too, so I gotta update the PBs so we can see what he's got. A 101.50. That's 10th place now? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I've been trying to get top 10. It's just like crazy hard.
Yeah, it's super, super hard. It's all about this last canyon section. If you watch the world record for this track, oh wow, almost a frame perfect finish. Wow, 107.26, 107.35. Holy crap.
Yeah, 0.1 difference, crazy. That's actually really close. So both player with a pretty decent time here. So let's see who can improve. But so far, MorKs with the very tiny advantage.
Very small advantage, and we're not seeing super crazy boosts from Tarzan out of the tunnel yet, and that's kind of the key to this track. It is unbelievable to watch world record by comparison here. The amount of speed that they're able to carry into the canyon, compared to like what we're seeing these players do here, it's like night and day. It's ridiculous. Like if we could do that in RTA, it would be faster than canyonless.
Yeah, we might see the difference here though. You know, MorKs with with not using Ghostless versus Tarzan using Ghostless here, it actually makes quite a big difference on this track. So like if Tarzan can get like a very clean ending, maybe we're gonna see like that kind of speed that we're talking about.
Definitely. Really good tunnel entrance for Tarzan. 22.95 is a perfectly acceptable opener as well. Oh, look at this jump. Oh, that was really good. Yeah, 2018. That's a great one lap.
And then meanwhile, MorKs had like he barely beat his PB, but he had like a massive bonk at the entrance of the tunnel. Unfortunately, because otherwise he would have beat by his time at least a second. I think.
Oh, Tarzan. No. It looks like he's still... Oh, no. Oh, no. He is not going to be happy about that. Still, not beating the time to beat, that last lap just completely ate him alive. That's super disappointing for Tarzan. That 2018 was a very good lap.
Improved by 0.06.
Yeah.
But not enough.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised by that too, Zach. He said in chat, surprised Tarzan isn't going for pawn jump on first lap. That is actually the fastest strat. Oh no, that was kind of cheesy for MorKs. Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh no, and missing the tunnel zipper. we're gonna try this again here. There we go.
See, unfortunately, seems like a dead attempt. I think so.
Yeah.
This is all on Tarzan to beat MorKs time now. So he needs like 0.05, I think, to beat it, or at least die. So we'll see if we can do it. But yeah, to go for the zipper on the first lap, I actually prefer going around as well, even if it's slower, because especially in this type of format, it is so much more consistent to get
bananas.
all 10 bananas for sure.
Right.
And you know the first zipper with like low banana is kind of random too sometimes. And yeah, I just a format like this, it's probably better to go around, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's a toss-up. It's hard because I prefer to go pawn jump on lap 1, which just adds even more risk because for some reason in time trials, the little hill before the lake, there's the Tarzan win, 103.68. Yep. That's a good time.
Massive time at the end.
Yep. But yeah, for some reason the pawn jump in time trials just behaves totally differently from the way it behaves in RTA, so it's kind of unpredictable. Hard to figure out exactly how it works. So doing pawn jump on the first lap adds a lot of risk. But yeah, interesting track, interesting pick.
One thing to note too is that you can easily still get like a 101, 102 with the pawn jump. Like it's not like you're completely outclassed. So, and you know, you're not gonna really see sub ones unless you're like playing against Ponytail or something, right? So,
yep.
So like, if you get a good run with going around the pound, which is probably more likely than doing the jump, then you're still most likely gonna win. So I think it's just better overall to go for that.
So we're we're getting crazy here. We're playing Treasure Caves Plane. Honestly, kind of another cheese pick from MorKs, and I think it's a good one. But this could be really risky as well because Tarzan has played the crap out of this track. He has played a lot of Treasure Caves Plane. So
Yeah, this is like not a pick I would take if I was MorKs here, simply because Tarzan is also very good here. But yeah, I guess this is like another. It's one of those plane track that it either goes very well or very wrong. There's not really any middle. So let's see what happens here.
identical starts, missing one banana on Tarzan's end. Ooh, actually, both players looking very clean. MorKs looking pretty good on lap 1. Oh, oh, oh! This track is so nerve-wracking. Oh no! There's a bonk from MorKs on the ceiling. Get some honks. Not too happy about that. Tarzan in the lead by quite a bit here. One mistake could kill it all for him. Good old 5-second bonk. Missing the ground zipper. MorKs does get it though. MorKs tailing. Oh, we both missed the ground zipper. Kind of an awkward finish here. Alright. So Tarzan in the lead. 50-56 versus 51-31. Again, it's really hard to see times that are going to rival the insane world record that is currently set here. Just because this is such an inconsistent, cheesy track. So many areas to bonk in, and we're also playing it with drumstick, so having to switch to a different type of handling can be kind of a mix-up.
Yeah, I mean, world record here is like super insane anyway, so you're not gonna see that time here. And it's
No.
like pretty much 40-second of pure YOLO, so like you're not gonna see that in a three lap attempt for sure. Three try attempt.
Oh no, MorKs missing the ground zipper in the tunnel. Oh no, Tarzan had a better first lap, but that ceiling bonk is really going to cost him. Oh, another ceiling bonk for MorKs. Rough track. This is a really, really rough track. It is not easy to get out unscathed. MorKs barely missing the mark for the time to beat by about a half a second.
Tarzan as well, a little slower than his first attempt, so the mark to beat is still a 50. 50, what is it, 56, so...
Yep. This looks like a really good opener for MorKs. Ooh, looked like he was going to miss that for a second. Oh, God. I felt that happening.
Oh, man.
I saw that coming. I was like, don't do it. Oh, no. Tarzan having a rough start. No!
This is like one of the worst hitbox in the game is that ship.
Yep.
And he just, it's just very unfortunate.
Alright, and there's the forfeit.
Yeah, those two bonks is just too much. Like,
Yep.
playing bonks in general are like super costly, and you just got them in like very bad spots too. So.
Yeah, definitely. So that is another point for Tarzan. The pick is still going to be with MorKs. Props to MorKs for clutching that out of bounds as well. It would have been kind of awkward if he just missed it. And Tarzan finishing up. Alright, so this is interesting. I think in this format, winning your picks is very, very important. So what MorKs is going to have to do now is he's going to have to beat Tarzan in one of his picks in order to catch back up, which is really, really hard. So what will we play next? Gotta be plane or hover, one of the two. Ooh, this is a good one, I think. Everfrost Peak Hover. So
That one is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's such a weird hover track.
yeah,
It's like you're in the air a lot. There's like so much big jump, and then you have to jump into hair zippers, and it's just crazy, absolute craziness if you do it right. It's very hard to.
but MorKs I think is very, very familiar with this track, with the terrain, with the whole layout of it, because he's played so much hover percent. I kind of challenged him here back during the triathlon. I took the Everfrost Peak world record in hover, and he ground the crap out of it for like a week until he took it. So he's spent some time here, and I think at the very least he doesn't have his balloons, which are very, very important to the RTA version. But he certainly knows these ground zippers, and he knows some of the strategies to going fast. So this could be a really advantageous pick. He's also removing cheese from the pool of picks by like taking out Everfrost Peak Car, which I would not put it under Tarzan to go with that pick. Ooh, nice 10 banana grab from MorKs there. Tarzan actually going up on the hill. I've seen that strat a couple times in this tournament, but I'm not entirely sure that it's always faster. Because it's so easy to miss the ground zipper that's on top of the hill.
Yeah, it's something I don't even know myself. I've been doing both, and I'm not sure which one is faster. So it's just weird. It's like
Right.
this hover track is just super weird. So many ways you can play the track. So there's like there's a lot two zippers in the entire track where there's like half that take it, half that down. Like it's so weird. And you end up about with similar times. So like which one is faster, you don't really know. It's like more like who's more confident with it or not.
Right.
And then on top of that, you have like the hover goes in the hair super high like half of the time. It's just like I don't know. This track has like everything.
Yeah, definitely. It's weird. In my opinion, Everfrost Peak is like, in terms of design, it's like on the low end of the tracks. You know, it's just an alleyway of snow. There's not a whole lot going on here, but in all three vehicles, it's a really, really interesting track. And you know, car is insane, hover is really weird, and of course, plane is super complicated and one of the craziest tracks to see in RTA, since we can do the entire thing without pushing A once. So I don't know. I'm always very torn about this track. There's days where I really, really like it, and there's days where we're just not friends. 24.95 is good, pretty good. You're looking, I think overall here, you're looking for 25-second laps. That should be what you want to shoot for. I think it's a pretty consistent time to be getting. Ooh, really good attempt here for Tarzan, I think. That was a good hill. 116.55 with 224 laps. That's super good. I don't know. The thing is, too, there's like some strats that we're not even seeing here. Like on the right side of this tunnel, there's another zipper that you can take. And if you hit it, you'll carry an insane amount of speed up the hill as you leave the tunnel. But it's so inconsistent, it's so hard to do. I don't think anyone's been going for it in this tournament. 21.7.
I mean, I've been going for it, but I think I lost the track too, so...
27 opener. It's hard too, because getting bananas here is kind of awkward. You know, there's other tracks in this game, like Haunted Woods, where the bananas just kind of fall into your lap. But this one is like, MorKs wants those 2 bananas on the hill there. Oh, missed zipper, dang. I think he'd love to have those bananas. Oh, I think we're just going to hold A. But in order to get them, you kind of have to force yourself to slow down, so it's a little annoying. Oh. That finishes things up for MorKs. The time to beat is still 1:16:55. Not impossible for Tarzan in this last attempt, but with his first 2 attempts, I'd be very shocked to see him pull out something better than that.
Especially since he missed that air zipper at the start of the lap. That's like a massive amount of time lost, and
Tarzan getting robbed. Oh my god. That zipper is so cruel. We just drove right over it.
I'm pretty sure we've seen, I don't remember who in the Discord shared an image of that. It was like also missed that exact zipper. Yeah, Fish. Yeah, that zipper just destroying people lately.
I think that's the worst part about some of these picks in time trials. Like, you know, I can play Crescent Island car, but sometime, someday. Oh, that's a 1-lap PB for Tarzan.
Hey,
Sub
nice.
26. Hell yeah. But yeah, you know, that Crescent Island zipper, that thing has a mind of its own. That is not up to me at the end of the day.
In car, it is what it is, right? But in hover, oh my god, that one is terrible.
Yeah, it is awful.
I've been running it a little bit. My god, dude, it's so frustrating. That zipper, it's actually crazy.
All right, so that is MorKs' win. Tarzan unable to break that sub 120 barrier, but MorKs, using a lot of his past experience, get him the points that he needs. And we're gonna stick with hover. We're gonna go to Tarzan's pick is Hot Tub Volcano hover, and this is a controversial track without a doubt. There are a lot of people who love this, but
I would say this is a cheese pick, personally. I think this is a very cheesy hover pick. It's probably the cheesiest.
It's a frustrating track, without a doubt. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, it's
very straightforward if you don't go for the zipper at the end, but then you're so tempted to go for it, and then like 99% of the time you get destroyed.
Yep.
So
getting bananas here is annoying. There's no zippers on this track. The lava can be annoying, trying to jump back up, you know, onto the edge. It's just overall a really frustrating track, and I don't think anybody prefers it other than Patty.
yeah, Patty is a different breed of speedrunner.
That's true.
You know?
Ooh, Tarzan having kind of a rough bonk. That's gonna put MorKs in the lead here. MorKs not going for the zipper. Tarzan not going for the zipper. Overall, in the tournament setting, it is simply faster to just ignore it.
Oh yeah, I mean even PB attempts I don't go for it because it ruins my attempts. So.
Yep. MorKs falling off. That is actually a way bigger deal than it looks. It can lose you a lot of time, unfortunately. 123 versus a 125. So we're still pretty close. I think now that MorKs has played this once, he might have a better feel for what he wants to do here. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish hover didn't exist on this track.
Same. Like, why does the hover can, you know, go on lava? It makes no sense, man. Rare, please.
I would love to do a ROM hack of this game that would twist all these tracks into completable tracks in other vehicles. Like a little bridge here for the car to drive on or something. I think it'd be pretty cool. I'd love to go over this hill at the end in the car. That would be a lot of fun.
For sure. And then you just blue balloon off and just like
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be awesome. It'd be so much fun. I gotta say, man, we played a randomizer yesterday, and we got both Whale Bay plane and Pirate Lagoon plane. So much fun. Oh my god. I was amazed at how much fun it was. Like, those tracks work too well in plane. It's kind of buggy and weird, but if only we had those time trials for plane, this would be a different experience.
For sure. I mean, randomizer is crazy. So many insane stuff that happens you can't do normally.
Ooh, there's a zipper. Oh, and it bites him in the ass. Yep.
Yep. This is why you don't go for the zipper.
Time to beat is still 123.30, and it looks like Tarzan is going to beat that right now with a high 122.95.
It's actually really close to his PB too. So that's a really good run.
Definitely. Yeah, that's good. So MorKs is certainly capable of beating that, I think, looking at his first attempt. I think he just needs to pull out a really clean run here with enough bananas, and I think he can definitely beat that. The question is definitely, can Tarzan? That bonk was so cruel. This track, man. And yeah, I agree, Trident. Boulder Canyon Plain was terrible. That one was not fun. Although we were able to grab the key with little issue.
Yeah, that must have been nice.
Just backflip up there and grab it. Oh, the same thing happening to Tarzan, though. We're going for the zipper, and it's gonna bite us in the ass. Man.
Yep, this is why I don't go for the zipper.
I think this is a dead attempt for MorKs, unfortunately. Attempt number 3 here. Kind of unfortunate to see, because I think he's definitely capable of beating that 122.95, but... Oh, and we fell off. Anger honks.
If I was MorKs, I would have totally just tried my best attempt without the zipper. It's just too high of a chance that you're gonna mess it up. And because he messed it up, it essentially mean that he can't beat Tarzan, so...
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Lunar Dusk and chat. This game can be completely unforgiving. Very rough game, but super addicting and very fun at the same time. So
it gets worse if you start tilting, then this game just eats you alive.
It knows, man.
Yeah.
Back in the triathlon, my team had a saying, just don't celebrate yet. Don't get excited. It knows, it'll hear you. Just put oil slicks and bubbles in places you've never seen it before. Alright, so that was Tarzan's pick. He won that again. So far, Tarzan has been able to win all of his picks. MorKs only losing one of his. We've got one hover pick left and 2 plane picks left. So, I don't know where this is going to go. It's just so interesting. Like, MorKs is such a hard player to play against. He really doesn't have that many PBs posted, which there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but it makes him really hard to research because I think all you really have to go on is his past matches in the tournament and maybe what he's good at in RTA, right? So I think it's really tricky, but it's really interesting at the same time because so many of these other players, you know, have hundreds of times submitted that you can look at and compare to, maybe make picks based on. But MorKs is kind of a free agent by comparison. I think it's really fun to watch. Alright, Jungle Falls Plane. Both players playing drumstick. You'd love to see it.
I'm
Um,
excited for this.
This is a really hard plane track. Very uncomfy one. Both players looking like they got a good start, though. They're dead even. Only one banana for Tarzan. I do think that's going to hurt him. Especially since MorKs has 6 and was able to get a very comparable first lap time. Taking it easy here. They're still dead even. Holding A there. 1633. This is ridiculous. What am I watching?
This is actually a lot of safe strats going on here.
Yeah. Which is not a bad idea. MorKs just barely pulling ahead.
And yeah, those bananas definitely mattered. Oh, wow, nice little loop.
Yeah. Wow. Only a
Slugging out there.
second away. Man, yeah, the bananas came through at the end there, I think, with those barrel rolls. A lot more speed for MorKs than Tarzan got. Very interesting.
Yo, hard strats are good, Trident, okay?
Bio's just like Donkey Kong.
Exactly.
Not a banana horde. It's you know.
Just hoarding PBs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, once the day's finished, I may or may not drop a few PBs, you know?
We'll see. I'm just lazy, man. I hate cutting up my video file so that it's like nice and clean. Then I gotta upload it and name the video properly. And oh, another 49 for MorKs. Oh, I actually first sub 50 of this race. Nice. 49.86. Like I got a good Star City plane time, and I was like, all right, I'll upload that tomorrow. Oh no, Tarzan! Oh wow. Oh, he's really upset about it too.
I would be too. This massive bonk.
Oh, ouch. But I just didn't submit it, and then my hard drive filled up, and I deleted it.
Oh my god.
That's Sweener's strats, I guess.
That's why I usually just end up submitting them without video proof. I mean, I don't delete my time, so I have the time anyway, so.
Right. Yeah, you have it on the cartridge. Alright, this is Tarzan's last chance to get a time better than MorKs here. And it looks like MorKs might actually improve the time to beat on his 3rd attempt. This is looking like a really good run. Yeah, this is a great finish. Wow, 48.
Wow, that's a very good time for this track.
48.90, yeah. That's a PB, MorKs says. Sick. Good stuff. Yeah, 2:15 laps and 17 opener. Hard to be upset about that. Very good time.
So yeah, Tarzan's gonna have to go very fast on this last 2 laps here to compete.
I know, it's a very bold strategy, Trident. I got like a negligible 100% PB once, and I didn't submit it until 2 months later because I couldn't find the video file. Professional speedrunner. Nice to meet you. Glad to hear it, Prack. Okie doke! That's it. A point for MorKs, and MorKs is all over the menu. Okay. Good stuff. All right, that was a sick pick actually. Jungle Falls playing kind of a cheese pick, lots of bonking space, but both players kind of taking it easy and going a little bit slower. But I think MorKs' plane mechanics definitely got him the point there. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a cheese pick, but more like you kind of have to know what you're doing pick.
For sure.
Like if you're not ready for it, you're not gonna win.
It's like an SGA car pick almost.
Yeah, kind of thing. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, wow. Spaceport Alpha Hover. This is actually a great pick. MorKs, very good hover player, understands the vehicle, knows the mechanics, but I think most of his time here has been spent playing the shortcut version. So if MorKs doesn't really have a good handle on how to handle the vent, this could be a spicy pick.
I think the vent and hover is like a billion times easier than the car though.
Way easier, yes.
So if he knows what he's doing, I don't think it's gonna be a problem at all.
Yeah, like he knows how to control his altitude in hover.
Oh,
Okay,
but it
yeah,
doesn't
we're seeing
look
him.
like it does.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we're seeing a much better vent from Tarzan, and then of course this zipper, which is a lot of fun. That
The
was
worst
is that
zipper
a
in the game.
first face bonk, face first bonk for Tarzan, I think. Missed that a little bit.
I didn't see.
See this part
But
right
yeah.
here. This part Marks is really good at.
Yeah, it's crazy good. But yeah, the vent is like a way where you can like zigzag a little bit, and like you pop up right above like where you need to be. Oh my god, this is why you do the proper strat and you don't bonk like most.
Yeah.
That was terrible. But it's like a way where you can like you zigzag a little bit, and you get just above where you need to be, and you like lose no speed, and you can just straight up start sneaking again. And it's pretty fast, but yeah, Mork's not knowing the strats, so he just goes for the car strat, which doesn't really work in hover well. I think it's gonna cost him a lot here.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Yeah, that's rough. I think Mork's best bet is that this zipper in the alleyway doesn't go as well for Tarzan. Otherwise, he's got to get really creative with that vent. You got to figure it out. It's really hard, though. It's not something that comes very easily, I think. $32.61. Hey, that's a one-lap PB for Tarzan. Good stuff.
Yeah, and about a second off from both of them, which honestly, with Mork's not knowing how to do the vent, actually is pretty much the difference there. Otherwise, I think Mork's would have taken that first round.
Definitely. See how these next attempts go. I think it is interesting because I remember back during the triathlon, they were testing whether the shortcut was really faster in RTA because there's so many blue balloons in the alleyway part where you get shot at. So I think MorKs has played a little bit of this, but I don't know if he remembers exactly how to do the vent. I don't know. Overall, just a really good pick from Tarzan. I think this was a smart one. This way, he doesn't have to play car either, and he doesn't have to play plane here. So.
Also, I feel like in general, this is probably one of the least played track. Like, people don't tend to play this track much, I feel like.
In all fairness, I think most people do the shortcut. And then they try it in car and hover and realize that there's no zippers and there's no fun. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great track, let's be real.
Huge boost for Tarzan. So actually, MorKs did come pretty close to Tarzan's first time on his second attempt, but Tarzan's second time being a 142. Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat. MorKs has got to pull some serious skills out. Yeah, he's doing the car strat here still. Thumbs are probably hurting real bad right about now.
Yeah, this is like, you don't really have a break on this track because there's like only one zipper. Versus like other tracks, and it's like really long too, right? So you're stuck.
MorKs.
You're stuck sneaking the entire time. Oh my god, yeah, this is not great. But yeah, you're stuck sneaking the entire time. You don't really have any break from zippers. And then you, on top of that, are basically playing the longest track in the game.
Yeah.
So this is like a real thumb killer.
Yeah, it looks like MorKs, I think, literally needs a world record lap to beat his time here. So yeah, I think great pick from Tarzan. Tarzan has this match in the bag if he can keep MorKs from winning one of his picks.
Yeah, so MorKs not beating Tarzan's time, so it's gonna be 5 to 3. So Tarzan getting really close to that victory here.
Crazy to see how fast Tarzan has improved over the past couple months. I think he's only been playing for about 6 months or so. So, taking on some other players that have been playing for a little bit longer than him. Pretty awesome
For sure.
stuff.
I mean, I remember when he was like, "Oh well, I'm never gonna be as good as other people," and I just told that, you know, just practice and you're gonna get there, and he
Still
did.
stop playing.
Yeah, just don't stop playing.
There's so much to do in this game. Between time trials and RTA. Yeah, MorKs in Discord says first time playing Spaceport Alpha Hover, so in time trials at least. So he has not played this track prior, at least in time trials.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
All right, we've got one plane pick left, and it is MorKs who's going to be picking it. Very interested to see what he goes with here. He's got Space Dust Alley, Frosty Village, Wimmo Plains, and Star City.
I don't know, I feel like Windmill Plains was used every single time this tournament, so
there it is.
probably gonna.
Sure enough.
Yep. I don't know why, like, this used to never be picked in the first tournament, and now it's like all the time. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's a good track, especially with drumstick and all the barrel rolling you get to do, but I actually totally agree. I feel like last time we just never saw this.
I just don't like playing it. Like I don't have a problem, but like playing, I don't like. Yeah.
That one is apparently really popular now.
Like, my matches like plane was all like was Women Plains in plane, and then you had Frosty Village plane, and then Everfrost Peak plane. And that's it. It's like all people picked against me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Star City once. And just like it's always the same one, which is crazy. Like Jungle Falls plane, we almost didn't see it at all. So I was really happy to see it.
A lot of Jungle Falls
the other
cover.
plane track as well.
Yeah, honestly, I don't feel like we've been to Jungle Falls very much at all in this tournament. which is kind of weird. It's like it's one of the most popular tracks in the game.
Yeah, I feel like every single match last tournament had jungle falls
Oh
in
yeah.
some sort.
Tarzan with a slight lead here, but MorKs is catching up on lap 2. Really harsh bonk for Tarzan. That gives MorKs a huge lead.
Yep, this is the
29.75. Sub 30 lap is something to be happy about. That's good.
the place Tarzan bonk is like it's kind of hard to see the edge of the wall there. It's like
Yeah.
a really harsh hitbox that a lot of runner gets caught on for sure.
Oh, it's... Alright, yeah, I thought he was going to try to barrel roll there, and then it didn't look like he had enough speed to do it. MorKs setting the time to beat. Looks like a 138. 98, just barely. 141.18.
Both of these players can do much better. I would be surprised if we don't beat that time.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, Tarzan also got a 29.75, that sub 30 lap. So, it's definitely possible.
So Mork's going for all the bananas at the start. So this used to be like the old strat for world record. But I think ever since this year it changed.
No!
Yeah, it was rough.
I just hate watching somebody. Seeing the beginning of the animation
Oh.
for the barrel roll. That was rough. Ouch.
Tarzan hit the 3 while barrel rolling, but it didn't like completely stop him, so it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. Wasn't a MorKs bonk. No, another one. Oh, you can just feel
Oh
it.
yeah. That attempt is... I don't want to say it's dead, but it's not looking good.
No. Ooh, that was a sick barrel roll for Tarzan. Yeah, 33.43 is kind of a rough lap.
And you know what? Tarzan has been not barrel rolling, not doing like all the barrels. He's been like pretty, like skipping some of the harder ones.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna get a slower time than he could, but it might be good in the end of the day. Except if you bonk in the windmill like you did. Holy crap, that was bad.
This is looking like a pretty good attempt for Tarzan.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be this time.
Oh,
Actually, maybe.
it does. By about a second, it looks like. Boy, things are heating up
Man.
here.
Without that
Corpses.
windmill, it would have been I like a good 4 seconds faster at least.
Windmill.
Would have been... Oh god.
If this attempt died right out of the gate, that would be so depressing. All right. Yeah, MorKs has really got to pull out killer time here, because Tarzan also still has one more attempt, and it could very easily be a really good attempt. Oh, MorKs, you're giving me a heart attack,
Ooh.
man.
Yeah, that was that was weird.
All right, yeah, got a good angle here. Start lap 2. Yeah, honestly, he just needs a clean attempt. If he can get like a 30 and a 30 here, that would do it, I think.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
mean, you
there's a
just
double.
need
The triple. That's good. This is a good lap.
yeah, that was very good. Like both of these runners just need a... Oh my god, I was gonna say a clean run, but I didn't have the time to jinx him. He did it before, so
Come on, boys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is over. I don't think it is, but it might be.
Oh my god, the
That's
double
good.
barrel roll. That was nuts. Oh, he got robbed of the double, man. Oh, I hate that zipper so much. No!
No. Okay, well, this is
Uh,
unfortunately over, but oh
That'll do
well.
it. So
This
that
is
is
this is
game
why
point for Tarzan.
this is why this track is called Windmill Pains. It's a whole lot of pain dished out on this track. Oh, and Tarzan bonking on the tree too. Like both players really struggling with this pig. And this is why I don't necessarily like how much this has been picked just
Mhm.
because of how hard it is to do in a one try. So
Yeah, definitely agree. Also backflips.
yeah, he's just styling, you know.
Oh yeah. Got a style on him. Game point for Tarzan. Pick is still in MorKs' hands. And all the tracks are open, or all the vehicles are open now. So we can't go back to any tracks that we've played so far, but we can play any vehicle we want, car, hover, or plane. And there's some spicy picks left. Space Dust Alley is still open, so I don't know how comfortable MorKs feels there, but I feel like he could definitely pull off some hover magic in Space Dust. Oh wow, Darkmoon Cavern's car. Very interesting pick, actually. I think I would have expected him to go with something that might have taken away power from Tarzan, but the only thing he would be killing here is Darkmoon Cavern's hover. So if he wins this, he gives the pick to Tarzan. Tarzan has quite a bit of power over where they go next, which could give him a very good chance to secure a point.
Yep, you're totally right on that, but I'm not gonna complain.
You're just happy to see Darkmoon.
Hell yeah.
Still about dead even in lap 1. Well, MorKs really has the banana count. I don't know if it matters that much for this track. I mean, Tarzan's got 7 now, but faster first
Very
lap.
similar.
Yeah.
Very similar first lap. But oh yeah, MorKs just it tried to be too close to the inside and just like cut a little bit of geometry.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, you just get flung into the wall. So nothing much you could do there.
It looks like there might be different. Oh, these bonks, man. They're
Wow.
synced up again. Jesus. It looks like MorKs takes a different approach to the crater section than Tarzan is, and I think going to the right is faster overall. But I actually really like the MorKs going to the left strat. We'll see what he does here. Ooh, bonk for Tarzan.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
this.
get bad, the thing is like if you get bad speed from the zipper, it's better to go to the left. But if you have a lot of speed and you can carry it, it's better to go to the right.
Right, because you can jump off the hill, carry
Yeah,
it through the
exactly.
air. Yeah, MorKs definitely pulling out ahead here in attempt number 1. .141, high 141. Pretty good attempt. So that's actually right in line with Tarzan's PB here. So this actually could be a really good pick for MorKs, because MorKs also had some bonks in his time. So I think we might see like a 139 here at best, which would be a 2-second PB from Tarzan if he wants to try to beat it.
Nah, man, let's get 135s and below. Let's go, boys.
I wish. I need balloons for that kind of time. Yellow boost for Tarzan. A little frustrating. At least I hate it when that happens. Ooh, really good approach though. Look at all this speed. Holy cow. Looks like a really good first lap for Tarzan. He's missing some bananas. We are a lap apart, but we are basically synced up. Oh, tough bonk for Tarzan. Another one, man. Another 141, high 141 for MorKs. So he's sticking to that time to beat. Time to beat is 141.80. So he was only 0.03 off that first time. And, oh, huge speed. Oh, oh, wow. That was so good. That was some aerial up-down, it looked like, which I'm always super bad at on this track in particular. So that was really cool to see. Props to Tarzan. Very good reaction time. Oh, man. Oh, he's going to miss it. Oh. Oof. 142.56. That is a one-lap PB by a little under half a second. So, congrats to Tarzan on the one-lap PB.
Hopefully he can, you know, if he converts that momentum into a good third attempt here, he might win this entire match. So,
yeah, that would be a flex for sure. Simultaneously, though, it looks like MorKs is cooking up a pretty good attempt. 33.81 is a pretty respectable first lap, I think. So this could be the sub 140 time we were talking about. They can just get away with some clean laps, no bonks. Wow, huge. This is like 138 pace. Yeah, this is definitely 139 if he can get out with no bonks here. He's going to be asking a lot of Tarzan. Oh no, and Tarzan's third attempt starting with a bonk. 130, low 139. All right.
ooh, Tarzan bonking again on the crater. This is it's gonna be rough to come back from.
Yeah, it's going to take some serious times. Here's the PB. Obi.
Oh,
Giving the shout out. So that is the W for MorKs. I'm thinking with this first lap being a 38, this is very unrealistic for him to come back here. Oh man. .38.06 opener. Yeah, hitting the loop around 102. Definitely rough. Oh, man. Going for the out of bounds.
Yeah, it's not gonna work with that low speed, unfortunately.
Alright, and unfortunately, this is going to be a dead attempt for Tarzan on number 3, which will pass the point to MorKs. And that's going to put all the power into Tarzan's hands.
Yeah, so basically Tarzan picks the next 3 tracks. So he has 3, like if he wins any one of those, he wins the match. So so MorKs has to play like
out of his mind.
Yeah, out of his mind on Tarzan's picks. So it's gonna be pretty rough for sure. So like big advantage to Tarzan here, but oh, it's not impossible.
MorKs just barely hanging on here. Let's see what Tarzan goes with. He's definitely going to go with a power pick, but there's a lot of interesting tracks left. And, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of Sherbert left. That is the most. We'll see what they go with here. I'm not really sure what the strengths are for these players. Things are getting intense. If Tarzan picks correctly here, this will end the match. But again,
I have a feeling he's gonna either pick a car or plane track that he's really good at.
yeah, I'm expecting car or plane.
Picking car
Oh.
more.
Tarzan wanted to pick JF car, wanted to end this with a bang, but JF was already played in plane. So,
Yep, happens.
oh yeah. I think it was a lot harder last time in the last tournament because we didn't really have any visual for like what tracks have been picked. So it was like
Oh yeah,
twice a match I'd be like, let's go play more Frosty Village, and it's like, no, dude, we can't. So I think having some visual, ooh, Greenwood Village car, banger of a track.
nice. But yeah, you guys don't see it because we have like a sheet in the background to keep track of stuff now, which we didn't have before. But yeah, we can now say, oh yeah, we already played that, which before was kind of like we had to remember that we played it. So it may or may not have been mistakes, but you know, now we made sure that it's gonna happen. So Greenwood Village car it is.
All right. Greenwood Village. So, this is a really difficult car track. There's so many sharp turns that you need to take really, really tightly. And getting 10 bananas is also very, very specific. We see both players going for those 4. Those 4 are absolutely mandatory. You need them. You've got those 2 on the hill, and then these 3 here, and that's it. If you miss those, you are kind of in trouble. So it's a really tough track. We see all these crazy turns. This S-bend here is really hard to get through. And I think this is a really good pick from Tarzan, actually. We're seeing pretty close first laps from both players. But again, MorKs has not played a lot of 100%. He's played a little bit of ATR, and he's played car percent. And I think that is pretty much the extent of his Greenwood Village car gameplay. That said, he is catching up here on attempt number 1. Getting a better second lap. This is just about tying them up. This is super close. This is insane. Drifting up the hill. That's really good. MorKs is really getting ahead here. Oh, man. No, no, no!
No.
The bonk
Oh,
to
oh.
end it. And it's just, he's
Oh.
just behind. Holy crap.
Yeah, it just all got ruined at the end. You hate to see that.
Really, really close first attempt. And actually, Tarzan about a half a second off of his 3-lap PB. So, he could PB here, which would make this even harder for MorKs. But I'm genuinely curious to see how this plays out, because MorKs is actually having a really good showing here, getting laps that are on par with Tarzan. These hills not treating him nicely though, unfortunately.
Wasn't pace for sub 110, so like if he doesn't bonk again, that would, oh my god, well he bonked already on this one, but like he could easily get the sub 110, and that would put a lot of pressure on the.
Honestly, he could get another one. He could get a 112 here still. 28. The first lap's really rough, but I mean, he had a 2250, so I think it's realistic that he could pull out better laps than that. It's so tricky to know what MorKs is going to pull out here because we don't have the PB information. It's like a commentator's crutch. Yeah, there's 2260. So I think he's definitely capable of beating that that PB of Tarzan's. All he needs is a good attempt. And this is a pretty good one despite that first lap. I think he can definitely sub 110 this. Look at this, yeah. Very clean. Oh! Wow! Is that... Oh my god! That is 0.03 off the time to beat. That is so close to Tarzan's first time. This is nuts, man. Really, really good last lap. I'm pretty sure that's a one-lap PB for him as well. Although Tarzan's coming out here with a huge time. 110! That's a 2-second PB.
Wow.
Holy shit. He's tying his first lap here as well. 22:45. Huge PB for Tarzan.
Yes, now MorKs needs to...
He needs 3 good laps.
He needs a run like his first one, but no bonks, basically.
Yeah. He, like we said, MorKs can absolutely sub 110. But he has to come out... Oh, that was so tight. He needs 2 great laps, and he's got the sub 110 in the bag. No!
Oh, well, yep, that's gonna do it.
I think that's going to do it, yeah. Unless he can pull out like a 21 on his third. Ah.
That was his... Yeah, I mean, that was his third attempt, so that pretty much means Tarzan wins 7-4.
Yep. Super, super close match. I think this is a very curious matchup because we're kind of seeing the time trialer versus, you know, the speed runner, you know, the RTA player, which is where MorKs has spent much, much more of his time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected the speedrunner to do better just because the grand final was 2 speedrunners, so...
Yeah.
But, you know, it still did very good. I mean, 7-4 is not, you know, it's a pretty close match still, and he could have gone either way, I think. There's a couple of track that was really close, so...
So as soon as Tarzan's done with his attempt, we'll have both players come in for some final interviews.
One, two, hey.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
GG's to you.
Thank you.
A really good match overall. I think both of you guys played really well and made some good picks. GG's to you.
Thanks.
Uh,
Yeah, I messed up. It's fine.
so what do you feel you messed up on? Do you feel it was like your picks or just your gameplay?
Oh, I mean, no. As for the picks, it wasn't so bad. I think that there was one pick where I lost, which was Treasure Cave Plane, which I thought I was going to win, but I messed up, which happened. So that's fine. I mean, for the picks, I think everything was good. Especially SPA Hover was a definitely good pick against me. I think, as I said, it's the first time that I've played SPA Hover ever, like in my life.
Really?
I didn't even play it in the hover % because I was doing the shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I had no clue what to do. But it's fine. But yeah, the rest was just, I think, bad gameplay overall from my part. But it happens, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually had the same thought when I saw Tarzan type SPAH in chat. I was like, oh man, that's actually an awesome pick. Because yeah,
Yep.
your time in hover % was mostly done doing the shortcut, even though I remember there's a lot of talk around testing the full route to see if the alleyway was faster with all the balloons and stuff. But everybody ended up doing the shortcut because it was faster on a good attempt. So yeah, that was a really good pick from Tarzan. Was that intentional from your part, Tarzan, or is that just a track you feel a lot like pretty comfortable with?
Not for that reason. It was something that my good friend Zach was like, you should try to play this more often. And the day that I like really grinded and got my 14190, it was like the day before another match, and I didn't get to play it. So that was kind of an homage to him, and I played somewhat decently. I choked a couple like 3-lap PBs, but 32-31 flap is pretty solid, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And both of you guys, I think, had some huge PBs here. Tarzan, you finished Grimwood Village with like a 2-second PB, right?
No, I have a 109. I got a sub 110
Okay.
last week.
Sure, yeah, I got you. Yeah, we were comparing just, I think on the site it's a 112.23.
I submitted my times this morning hoping that something would go in before the match so that it was all updated. I submitted like 36 something times just to get everything updated again.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's just you though. It was, that's the fun of playing you. I had no idea what you were good at other than general you play hover and plane percent, and then just had to go off of that.
Yeah, I haven't practiced much this week, so I wouldn't even say what track I was best. Like I had general ideas, but you definitely picked some tracks that I was going to try to cheese on. Like you picked Inshot Lake and Fossil Canyon and Car. And I was.
I knew you were very good at AL hover, but I think I might have been able to close the gap in Fossil Canyon hover, if that was one of the picks. But I'm glad I got to pick car and got a couple decent times.
Yeah, you did. I didn't figure out Dino Domain original tracks either in Balloon Race or in Time Trial. So any pick in there that's not plain would have been good against me.
I was almost hoping we would have gotten to do AL Plane, but I wanted to play it safe, especially after how well you bopped my 3-lap.
I mean, I wanted to make it fun, which is the reason why I went Hunt Woods and Treasure Caves, and then afterwards you went with SPA Hover. I was like, well...
I thought you would have liked that pick, but... like, I'm not even joking. I thought that was going to be a fun pick.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably going
being
to be
the longest hover track. I would have hoped that something fun would have happened.
But yeah, that was pretty fun. I don't want to take too much time because we have Asbo and Ponytail playing right afterwards. So
Indeed,
I just wanted to say thank you for the match, Tarzan. I wanted to do that for a while, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah, I'm glad we did it too, especially how much we've been talking this week after, playing any percent and just kind of doing some other things.
Yeah. Note to everyone in the chat, I beat Tarzan's 80% run by 2 frames. I'm officially a legend.
Wow.
Let's go.
Your 80% run from like a year ago beat my 80% from a couple days ago by 2 frames. Let's make that a little more clear.
Fantastic.
Good stuff.
Yeah, by the way, I just entered 2 weeks vacation, so I might try to learn 100% and have a quick sub 2 hours. And
let's go, man. Let's go.
The game again.
Good luck with 40 cuts and skips. Should be fun.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna pull that off on my first attack.
Yeah. And all the auto bounce and all the tricky skips and the good RNG.
Fill in some smoky and it's gonna be great.
But like, considering I have every good luck, I could do maybe like 10 minutes over world record, which is still good.
Hell yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
We do have to move on here. Unfortunately, we do have our next matchup, which is Asbo versus Mr. Ponytail. This is a finals match in the lower bracket, so this should be pretty hype. So thank you guys again, GG's, and I think both Obio and I will be back for this next finals match as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in like literally 3 minutes. All right.
All right.
Watch
See you there, guys.